Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the reset. How'd you sleep? I slept great. I actually slept in a little bit today. And I'm up. I've had my water. I've done my stretches. And I went for this meditation today for reasons that I think will be clearer later because I really want to focus on gratitude today. I actually had, last night I did a stir fry for dinner. So for breakfast, I had the remains of the stir fry. And some of you have been saying you're a little freaked by the idea of the 40 fruits and vegetables, which I admit the number sounds a little daunting. But a stir fry, kind of along with soups and salads and stews, is another really good way to get a lot of veggies in there. Because in my stir fry, I had onions, mushrooms, bok choy, cabbage, red peppers, something else. Anyway, I remember I counted up and I had 7 veggies in my stir fry. So that's another way to really kind of load in a lot of veggies. And I had it again this morning. So that was easy peasy too. And I'm getting ready when I finish this to take my first walk with Thad. I guess I better get out of my bathroom first. So anyway, today's off to a good start. So how did you do with the task of day 1? I mean, first of all, did you do any of them or did you just watch me and go, huh? But I'll admit for me, the toughest one was the financial reset, just because, the shortfall was a little bigger every month than I realized. Although I think it's super good to have the information. And I am very glad that it's now just not a matter of me walking around going, I think I've got a little shortfall every month. I think I'm digging into the principle, but actually be able to say, hey, I need to come up with 1,000 to 1,500 a month. That at least is specific. It gives me something to aim for. So I don't know. What about it? If anything was tough for you, how are you coming along with it? And again, remember, it's a buffet. All of this is completely optional. So good morning. Drink your lemon juice. Do your stretches. Meditate for a second. Have a breakfast with protein and take your walk. And I'll see you when it's time to do the exercises. Okay, today's going to be a lot easier than yesterday was, at least in terms of the 3 tasks. The first one, for your clarity, in terms of something you're going to kind of clean up or organize in your life, I'd like for you to consider something digital. For me, I'll be honest, I keep my email box pretty cleaned out. That might be something you want to do if you've got a lot of backlogged emails. Go through and just clean that out. But where I really use up a lot of phone space and just kind of clutter my digital life is with text messages. I have these long text threads between my dance friends and the people that I teach with. And when I was doing the trip, people I was organizing trip plans with that just go on, you can just scroll them and they eat up a lot of phone time and you don't really need all that. So I'm going to go through and delete as many as possible of my text message threads and try and clear up some storage space and just not have the feeling that when I open my text box that, these enormous threads going back to 2 or 3 months ago are there just kind of cluttering the space. So that's my cleanup thing. And I urge you to clean up something digital too. It might be the pictures like we talked about yesterday, might be the emails, might be the text threads. I don't know what your personal point is where you let a lot of things linger, but it helps to have your phone so that you're not scrolling through tons of stuff trying to find the one piece of information or the one picture that you really want. So that's number 1. That's pretty simple. Then in terms of the favor for your future self, while you've got your phone in hand, this is a super fun one. I want you to start back in January of this year. Once you clean out your pictures and look at the pictures of what's happened this year. Because when you start making plans, and making plans for the new year isn't always just about losing weight and cleaning up your house and being a really good girl or boy. Sometimes future plans are, hey, what do I want to do next year? And one of the real questions of what do I want to do next year starts with, what did I do this year that was really fun? What are some of my happiest memories of 25? And it's amazing how much we can forget this. When I start scrolling through my pictures, I see, Meeting that friend for lunch I completely forgot about. I see that weekend at in the mountains with my granddaughters that was so far, it was months ago and I didn't really remember it. It gives you a kind of a capsule of the most memorable moments of the year. So go through with your notebook open and just kind of pull out what were some of your favorite memories of 25. And if they involved being out in nature, then make sure in 26 you get out in nature a lot. If they involve travel, you know what to do. If they involve food and learning how to make new things, do more of that in 26. If certain friends or relatives keep popping up and they're associated with the most fun and happy things you did last year, make it a point to get them in your life more next year. Sometimes we just sort of wait for happy coincidental things to drop into our life. You can pursue these glimmers, these happy moments just as well as you can just wait for them to fall on you. So it helps when you go back. I'm going to go back and list my 10 favorite things that happened in 25. And it's going to be hard because 25 was a fun, good year for me. And then just try to build in more of the same in 26. And after that, you're probably going to be in a great mood. And moving on to your gratitude task of the day should be pretty simple. Keep your notebook open. Set like a 3-minute timer, or I don't like timers. I tend to put on a song. Find a song you like for 3 minutes and just brain dump all the things you have to be grateful for that you take for granted. This is a very specific type of gratitude list. It's not saying, oh, I'm grateful for my grandchildren. I'm grateful for the things that we always say we're grateful for. There are certain things we acknowledge our gratitude for, but there's so many other things we completely take for granted. And usually it's the things that are working without us thinking about them. So say a thank you to your steady heartbeat. Say a thank you to the fact that your car is reliable and always cranks. Say a thank you to the fact you've got running water and a toilet. Say a thank you that you live in a country or in an area where you have got these kinds of resources that would have been absolute miracles to our great grandparents, and we take them completely for granted. The parts of your body that are working. I mean, we tend to think of things that are a problem get a disproportionate amount of our attention. So take a moment and just kind of go, my knees don't hurt. We think, oh my God, my vision's going, but we can go, oh my God, though, I have such great mobility. Isn't it a miracle that I can take my dog on this walk? Thank you for my dog. There's just so many things. So just start listing all the things that happen on a daily basis that are downright freaking miraculous, and we blow right by them. That's your gratitude practice for today. 3 minutes. So just brain dump. Hey, it's a great afternoon. So Thad and I are walking in the woods after lunch, and I just thought I would quickly come in with a few hacks that might kind of help you if you're doing the 4-day reset. I've gotten a little bit of feedback, and I love feedback. So please, guys, tell me what's working, what's not working, what's frustrating, what's surprising. Take a picture of something you cleaned up, whatever. Any kind of feedback, I'm thrilled to have it. But one woman wrote in and said she was having trouble with the quadriceps stretch, the one where you grab your heel and pull it behind you, both because of the balance thing and because she was having trouble grabbing hold of her foot. And I get it. I have to cheat on that one and actually grab my heel and not my instep anyway. But here's an alternative that KB's physical trainer showed her, where you just back up against the wall, press one foot up, and then just push your hips out. It also stretches your quadriceps, and the balance issue is not anywhere near as big. Another person said they didn't really want to meditate first thing in the morning, that it kind of seemed to stop the flow of their day. They're one of those people that's really energetic in the morning. The way that I do it, and I agree, I think once I'm up, I don't want to lie back down and meditate. I actually meditate before I get out of bed. When I wake up, I'm not someone who uses an alarm. I go ahead, I've queued it up the night before, so I don't have to, start fishing through my phone and running the risk I'm going to see something that's going to get me agitated. I just press it and lie back down, and that's kind of my wake up slowly snooze time. If you're the kind of person who goes back to sleep, I'm really not. You might want to set a snooze alarm for that, but that doesn't really bug me. I kind of like having like that 10 minutes of somebody talking to me. And to me, it's a really cool transition. And I like for that soft, calm meditation voice to be the first thing I hear. And then the last thing is someone was talking about they didn't want to listen to music at night. They wanted to listen to a podcast. And I'm going to do that tonight too. I think it's a great idea. But here's a tip. Choose a boring podcast. If it's something you don't know how it's going to turn out, it's actually going to keep you awake. You might get too into it. So use a podcast that you sort of know the end result. I've got one queued up where it is like two writers talking about their creative process. And another one that puts me to sleep is a series of musicians talking about how they got the ideas for their songs. I love creativity type podcasts. But I know those musicians' songs. I know the books in question. I know how the story ends. So I'm just listening to the process, and that's not quite as, cliffhangery as if I was listening to like a true crime podcast. So if you're going to listen to a podcast, don't make it too fascinating, or you won't go to sleep. Hey, I've straightened up, and I've had my magnesium, and I found my boring podcast. No offense, Fleetwood Mac, but it's about you. And I'm getting ready to tuck into bed soon. I hope you guys have had a good day, and another video will be coming for tomorrow. Thanks. Hey, I've straightened up, and I've had my magnesium, and I found my boring podcast. No offense, Fleetwood Mac, but it's about you. And I'm getting ready to tuck into bed soon. I hope you guys have had a good day, and another video will be coming for tomorrow. Thanks.